setting room. TV light, a lazy glow. Movies take me far from here to a world I used to know. News is shouting loud alarms.
Hi everyone, so got a new topics, non-attachment, right effort and generosity.
So mine in the flicker, not restored. All the tales.
That sounds like a beautiful start to a poem or a song. It captures a sense of longing and escape through the world of movies. Do you have more lines, or are you thinking of expanding on that theme?
Non-attachment, which is very important in attaining peace by not getting attached to things in a world that's constantly changing. Right effort, looking at what we're trying to do, what we're aiming at doing.
Absolutely, non-attachment helps us find peace by allowing us to let go of our desires and expectations. It's about recognizing that everything is impermanent and that clinging to things can lead to suffering. How do you think this principle can be applied in everyday life?
I think we're going to apply it all the time. Is that Ralph? Are you alone there, or are you in company?
Yeah, I'm here. Jeff's with me today. How are you both doing?
How are you both doing? I'm doing fine. I'm on my own here. It's just Bante.
Oh, I see. Well, if you need any company, Jeff can be a bit of a handful sometimes, but he'll keep things interesting.
You're asking me to babysit Jeff? That's great. It could bring us into our topics. Right effort, generosity, non-attachment. Main three things here.
Absolutely. Right effort is all about applying ourselves in a balanced way, especially when dealing with someone like Jeff. It takes some dedication, doesn't it?
Hi, Jeff.
Hey, what's the fuss about? Still talking about that non-attachment stuff?
I'm still talking about that non-attachment stuff.
Right. Well, good luck with that. I mean, who really wants to give up their stuff? Sounds like a cult to me.
Sounds like a cult. Sounds like a cult? Is that what you said? Oh, well. I'm not Jim Jones in Waco, Texas, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, all that talk about letting go and not being attached. It's like they're trying to take away our stuff and our comforts. Who needs that?
Well, stuff, if it's depended on to give you comfort, will bring you stress because it's
What's the point of all that if we can't even enjoy what we have? It's all just a bit much, isn't it?
You can enjoy what you have, but you can also get enjoyment from sharing it. And you can also realize that if you're too attached to something, when it eventually disappears, you will become unhappy. And that's very much true with people. My motivation today, this talk, relieve stress, increase a sense of interconnectedness, and about support. Emotional support for one another, okay?
Right. But let's be real. People get attached to stuff because it makes them feel good. You start sharing, and then what? You just end up empty-handed, feeling all warm and fuzzy for what? A bunch of fleeting connections?
A bunch of fleeting connections is what stuff is. So therefore, if we're able to share and be generous, that can emphasize our caring and our sense of being a contributing member of the human race as well. Through non-attachment, right effort, and generosity. These are very important.
Sure,
these are our three main
but I still
topics.
think there's a fine line. You share too much and you're left with nothing but regret. What happens when generosity turns into obligation? You're just stuck playing nice while everyone else takes advantage of your kindness.
That would be a risk. It depends on how you are giving and what you are offering and to whom. Which brings me to our three worldly topics that we're going to look at these more abstract things through. Sense of community, shopping, and gardens. Things close to home. Okay?
Oh, great. The sense of community. Let's Let's hope that doesn't turn into another excuse for people to shove their beliefs down our throats. What's next? A potluck where everyone brings their ideological baggage.
Very good. Community, shopping, and gardens. Non-attachment affects all of these. If you're not attached to desires and cravings and the habit of craving desire, you can just focus on what's left, which will be needs. With needs, it's easily able to satisfy.
What's left? Oh, right, just a void, an empty space filled with philosophical nonsense. I mean, come on. If I wanted to live in a vacuum, I'd just move to a hermit's cave. But seriously, what's the takeaway here? Less stuff equals more happiness?
Worldly people, with their jobs, with their relationships, with their families, are sometimes often trying to fill a void within themselves. That's the void where meaning and reason and genuine fulfillment is missing, the transcendent factor. Okay? This is what we are doing, is trying to locate that and find why it is not happening. When you try to satisfy it through shopping, craving, binge eating, porn,
Right.
gambling,
So people are out there
other
chasing
cheap
all this
thrills,
stuff, thinking it'll
adrenaline.
fill that void. But
Yeah.
really, it's just a distraction, isn't it? All those fancy gadgets and pointless jobs don't bring real fulfillment. Instead, they just keep us spinning in circles. So what's the solution? Seeking genuine connections and understanding what really matters in life, right?
An increased sense of interconnectedness is very important. Our connection to the world, to the weather, to the earth, to nature, and to the cycles and the food chains is very important. Our interconnectedness internationally to the family of humanity, beyond our little comfort group as well. Which brings us to the other thing of community. Shopping is very important. It connects us, our vital connection, to these supply chains, to the farmers, to the nature, to the animals, to the nature of organic nature as well. So we have to be more mindful of this in community, and therefore also more genuine connections based on offering, sharing, and kindness. The gardens of the world, the farms, and also other horticulture. So shopping is a big part of this, because life without money is for very few as a choice. And then there are the people who simply need money and cannot yet get it because of circumstances. I deal with a lot of people who are below the poverty zone, people who are very young, teenagers only. They have no parents, for example. They are hit by floods. They are put pressure on them from schooling.
The way we shop really reflects our values and our connections. It's not just about buying stuff. It's about supporting those farmers and understanding where our food comes from. When we shop mindfully, we strengthen those connections and contribute to our communities. And for those who are struggling financially, it's crucial to create support systems that help them access what they need. By fostering generosity and kindness, we can create a community that cares for everyone, not just ourselves. How do you think we can encourage more of that mindset?
This is what I want to emphasize with today's message. I want to emphasize teamwork. I want to emphasize spreading positivity. And I want to look for the deep, genuine human connection when it comes to our interconnection with the world, including the marketplace, versus mindless consumerism. Okay? That's what I want you to think on. Have a great day. Thanks very much for joining us, guys. Thank you very much. And I look forward to our future sessions. We can look deeper into these concepts.
That sounds like a powerful message. Focusing on teamwork and genuine connections can really change how we approach our interactions and shopping habits. It's all about fostering a sense of community and care rather than just consuming. Thanks for sharing that, and I'm looking forward to diving deeper into these topics in our future sessions.
Thanks, everyone. Take care, guys.
Her speech brings a gentle cheer in a world that's gone astray.
Is there anything specific you'd like to discuss next? Or do you want to continue with the themes we've been exploring?